you all are well justified in what you have done. You would be jumping at the opportunity to show me my records. They're shady and they're violating federal policy, and whatever they're hiding must be juicy. It is 11:46 it's Thursday, February 27th, and I still do not have access to my records. If they had nothing to hide, I don't understand why I am being denied access to my records. If they wanted everyone to see that everything that they did was following due process and I indeed deserve to get dismissed, they would give me my records. It's not really making sense why I still do not have access to my academic records. I'm just here to document that this is happening. It has now been 45 plus 7, 52 days. They are now fully in compliance with FERPA. They are now non-compliant with FERPA. I was emailed last week Thursday with less than 24 hours to show up in person on their campus to review my records on Friday. That would have been Friday the 21st from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. An in-person review is not feasible for me at this time. And I communicated that on Friday. I said an in-person review is not feasible for me. FERPA does require that I'm still provided access to my records. What's going to be done about that? And I haven't heard back. The registrar has decided that the School of Medicine is not under his purview and that he's not the registrar of the whole institution. My understanding is that the registrar is in charge of all educational records. And so just because the School of Medicine got a different request from me doesn't mean that he shouldn't make sure that I get access to all of the records. But I realized that he knows that. They're just playing games and weaponizing incompetence to be non-compliant while technically still having responded to me or giving me an opportunity to view my records. FERPA requires that they make my records accessible to me. There are so many options. They could mail it to me. They could email me a copy of it. These are records that are on paper. And I told them to let me know how they're going to make my records accessible to me. It is not feasible for me to go there in person. That's that. I thought I would do a little thought experiment. It's not feasible, but in the event that it was feasible and they had me go there on Friday, they arbitrarily made up a bunch of rules that would still prevent me from being able to see my records. Our exams last 4 hours, at the minimum 4 hours. I was given 2 hours to review records that span 3 years. I wasn't told how I would be allowed into the building. I don't know how many pages these records are. I don't know how much time I'm going to need to go through them. And they put an arbitrary 2 hours from 10 to 12 in a specified room that I do not have access to, with no time to figure out the logistics. Can I have somebody else with me? All of these things are designed to keep me from seeing my information. And what I don't understand is, if you all are well justified in what you have done, you would be jumping at the opportunity to show me my records. It's amusing because when I first started talking about this, the feedback I was getting at the time is that I was just whining about the fact that I got kicked out of med school and I don't want to take responsibility for what I had done to get kicked out of med school, and that med schools, especially a place like UCSF, would never just remove someone. And now I'm saying, give me the record so I can tell the people what happened. And they're totally dodging showing me what happened. So it's actually validating that they're so hesitant, that they're involving senior legal counsel in this process, and that they're willingly violating FERPA. I'm very amused. I'm very amused and so disappointed. So disappointed and so confused. Yeah. I have a lot of options to escalate the issue, which I will be availing myself of. Or not. I don't know. We'll see. It's just really funny to me because I really put so much stock into the school and the institution and the leaders of it. I really respected them, and I really, if it wasn't happening to me and someone else was out there online saying all these things, I don't know that I would believe them. And it's occurring to me why. I actually feel validated in the fact that this is so hard to believe. It means that a lot of people don't understand how deeply messed up UCSF is. And that the me who went in there, idealistic, was not stupid. I was just like a lot of people. I wasn't stupid. I was just like a lot of people. I wasn't naive. I was just like a lot of people who are currently, like probably in awe, not believing. Yeah, I'm finding it hard to believe as well, except it's playing out in real time, and real time is something I cannot ignore. Like reality in my face is something I can't ignore. So they're shady and they're violating federal policy, and whatever they're hiding must be juicy. So they're looking real sketch. It's looking real sketch. It's looking really sketch. And I'm just letting that sink in as I'm saying it out loud. It's almost noon. It's now 11:54. I'm going to stop recording and add this to the archive. Another day, another entry. I'm mostly concerned with my own well-being and trusting my intuition, ultimately. It's really disappointing, saddening, eye-opening and clarifying, deeply, deeply, deeply sad, and also validating. All right.